Greetings, citizens! Justiguy has arrived and returned to the 100-line Last Defense Academy. I'm still feeling a little uneasy, though, so I climbed into bed and let my consciousness slowly drift away so I would stop being plagued by guilt for letting Shoma destroy the mother of my child and love of my life. Now it's day 66. We're just about 2/3 of the way there. I mean, mid-afternoon, we'll be 2/3 of the way there. Still kind of annoyed that they made us stop exploring. Time to get up. First things first. Go to the cafeteria. Boom, bada boom. Let's talk to takemaru. Oh, talk to takemaru. Damn it, ain't Shoma ever gonna wake up? You heard anything new, Takumi? No, nothing so far. Maybe someone in the cafeteria will know something. The little guy can't sleep forever, right? Oh, you kid. No wonder you were so mad that we got him killed. Got him killed. I cast a quick glance around the cafeteria. Sure enough, someone from our group was missing. Shoma still hasn't woken up? Afraid not. I saw him open his eyes for like a second yesterday. I guess the sight of my beautiful face relaxed him enough to fall asleep again. I gave him a couple iron claw slams after that, but it was no good. He was out cold. You sure it's not the claw holds that put him out in the first place? I think Gaku's with him now. He grabbed a bottle of hot sauce and said something about making him up whether he liked it or not. Somehow I doubt that's gonna work. I want to hear what he has to say as soon as he wakes up. What do you think he's gonna tell us?
I can't even imagine. It can't be that much worse than Earth being a real invading force, can it?
Even if what I'm about to remember, I'm glad you...
Bro, you killed the mother of our child, the love of our life. Not cool, man. The depths of despair. Judging by that choice of words, this secret must be something worse than any of us can imagine. What about Shion? Is he okay? We haven't seen him since, well, you know. I don't blame him. Must have been a shock finding out all that crazy shit about the war and where he came from. Yeah, if I was in his place, I wouldn't know what to think or who to trust anymore. I hope he doesn't do anything that might cause us trouble. With C-Ray gone, he's probably not in a very good place emotionally. One more reason for us to get C-Ray repaired and working again, I guess. If anything happens to Shion, that is it. We lose. Humanity is finished. I have to do something. I didn't come back just to see this mission fail all over again. I didn't stay in the cafeteria long, but I went back to my room to plan out my next move. I had a feeling I was going to have a busy day. Honestly, I'm not sure if we can really need C-Ray anymore, but if repairing him will make Shion feel better, then we owe it to him to try. I could also let her handle repairing C-Ray while I prepare for the next battle. Ding dong bing bong. Is it like saying, hey, you know what, it's not really, you don't really have to do this, but you know, if you want to, you can, because you're stupid. Alright, how are we looking at stuff? Textiles are the lowest right now, and then textiles and machines are what we want. And can I do plants of BP as well? Yeah, all right. Just, we really don't need minerals, but otherwise, yeah. Wait, why is it giving me the option to what? Huh? What? No, what? Huh? Huh? Hold on a minute.
Heady soldiers.
Oh, I'm annoyed. We just lost a day and I don't have a recent save.
Huh?
Who could it be this hour? I don't fucking know.
You got it all? Way to go, Mr. Big Shot Chief.
What was the point?
Oh, you helped all right. I'll get back to working on Sere first thing tomorrow. Thanks again.
Fuck you, game. And this is probably my fault for not paying attention. Did we pick up 6 items? I didn't realize it. I don't feel like we did. I'm annoyed. Oh, there's no one here. Are they all still asleep? But the morning announcement should have woken them up like normal. Don't tell me there's been a attack. How could I miss something like that? Takumi, there you are. Nozomi, what's going on? Where is everybody? They're all in the classroom on the 2nd floor, the one you woke up in when you first got here. What? Why there? Shoma's going to make an announcement. He wants to do it there. I went to your room to tell you, but you'd already left. Shoma's awake, but why are we meeting in that classroom? I don't get it. Neither do I, but apparently whatever he's going to tell us has something to do with how we came to the school in the first place. It'll be faster if you heard from him yourself. Come on, all right. Nozomi dashed out of the cafeteria before I could even get my answer, and I hurried after her out into the hallway. Noticing Eito isn't on the map. That's nice. Shoma, you're awake. I'm glad you're okay.
Sorry to make you worry over a pathetic gutter snipe like me.
He was just waking up when I went to check on him the moment his eyes were open. He said he wanted to talk to everyone right away. I went around knocking on everyone's door, but I guess you were up too early for me, Mr. Sumino. Huh? Hold on a minute. I don't see Hiroko or Takemaru. Why aren't they here? Shoma said he wanted all of us to hear this, so those two went to get the others. The others? You don't mean... Hey, we're here. Shion! He finally came out of the defense room after I stood outside yelling for a while. I was gonna try breaking down the door like you did that one time, but it turns out I didn't need to go that far. I happened to sense he was outside before it came to that. Guess my aura of badassery is so strong you can feel it right through the walls. It's good to see you again, Shion. You're getting your strength back? Yes, I should be fine. Ready to kill my people at a moment's notice. Just then, somebody else entered the room. I'm back. Here he is. Hello, everyone. It's been a while. Eito, Shoma was good enough to invite me to your little party. It's an honor to be one of the group again. So much so, it makes my skin crawl. Oh, don't look at me like that. I'll just sit quietly and listen like a good little prisoner. Even if they try anything funny, you don't have to worry about a thing with me around. There ain't a boy alive I can't beat in a breakneck brawl, bare knuckle brawl. Sounds like a challenge. You up for a sparring match after this? Guys, focus. We're here for Shoma, remember?
I'm sorry it took me so long. There was so much information to deal with. My brain couldn't piece it together. The strain was too much for me at first, but I'm okay now. I'm ready.
You really did remember something after all. The terrible truth he kept talking about in the last battle. This is it. We're finally going to get our answers. Shoma was nice. Oh. Let's hear what Shoma has to say. Do we really have to bring anyone like two? And we're just gonna get trouble. I wonder what this terrible truth Shoma remembered is. I'm so badass. Not you. Sparring can wait. I'm more interested in what Shoma's got to say. All right, Shoma. Everyone is here. That means you remembered something important, right? Yes, I remember it all now, thanks to Ava, the hero anima. Oh, you actually went through with it. Well done, Shoma. That took real courage. You realize this is your fault for putting that in his head? I did nothing of the sort. All I did was give some friendly, impartial advice. Shoma just happened to come to the same conclusion, that your prisoner had to die. Knowing how hatefully ruthless you all are, I had a feeling it would turn out this way. What happened to, I'll just sit quietly and listen? Go on, Shoma. First, let me go over some basics. Sere has access to a technology that can suppress or overwrite people's memories. That process we use on all of us to erase certain parts of our past. That explains why we don't remember how we got here. But just what memories did they take from us? I'm guessing our cryptoglobin transfusions for a start. Pretty much everything from when we were at Kamakura General Hospital as well. We are sure that our memories were rewritten, right? Are we just going to be test tube babies? All of us, none of us have memories that are real? Absolutely, but thanks to my hemo anima, mine weren't completely erased. You said before that your hemoanima perceived the erasure process as a threat and activated to prevent it. Is that why you had these peculiar flashbacks? They're the memories you managed to save? Yes, every time my hemoanima got stronger, my skill was able to recover more of our stolen past. After I absorbed Ava's power, I finally got back all my memories. I remember it all now. And what did you remember exactly? Are you okay, Shoma?
What I remembered was, it was something that sent me spiraling into despair. I'd gotten fragments of it before, but I didn't want to believe it. I can't deny it anymore, though. It's the truth. It's all true.
What's true? Quit keeping us in suspense. It's okay, Shoma. However bad this secret is, you don't have to keep it to yourself anymore. We have a right to know about it, too. A right and a responsibility. We'll bear the burden of the truth together. So don't be afraid. Go on, tell us. All right. No, stop it. I don't want to know. I felt a sudden urge to go back on my decision, but the words died in my throat. The air in the room was heavy, like something terrible was about to happen. For some reason, it felt like if I learned the secret, I wouldn't be me anymore. And yet, deep down, I know this was something I needed to know. There was no going back. Our memories that were modified are of our time in the Tokyo residential complex. In the complex? Before we came here, we were all living there, right? Yeah, of course. Where are you going with this? The Tokyo residential complex. That's where we were born, where we grew up, and where we lived our entire lives. Tsubasa with her grandpa in his workshop. Moko with her wrestling career. Ugamu and his family of assassins. Gaku and his poverty. Why is that gotta be my defining feature? But the thing is, those lives, those memories, none of them are real. Huh?
Our memories of our lives in the complex, they're all false memories that were implanted into us.
Okay, but why?
Friends and families we've been so desperate to protect all this time, none of them actually exist.
What are you talking about, Shoma? They don't exist. No, that can't be right. My grandpa, the workshop, that was my normal life. It's from way before we got here and started having our memories messed with. And the other kids at the foster home, we might not be related by blood, but we're still a real family. No, it's all a lie. Everything we thought we knew about our lives came from fake memories. Fake memories? Cut it out, Shoma. That shit ain't funny, man. I'm serious. I wish I could shrug this off as a joke or a delusion, but it's all true. But then, if the past we know is a lie, then we weren't born in the Tokyo residential complex. We were created in Kamakura General Hospital.
We were grown inside special machines there. And until we woke up in this classroom 67 days ago, that's where we spent our entire lives.
This would kind of explain the alternate dimension theory I had way back where brain way back when I was like, well, maybe our backgrounds and histories aren't exactly the same, and I thought we came from different complexes. This would kind of work with that. It's why none of us has run into each other. No, that can't be, except for, the ones of us who have. The twins and me and her girl. Fuck. I wanted to say Kunozomi Karua. My pulse was hammering my ear so hard I could barely hear what everyone was saying. I wanted to shut this conversation down and run from the truth, but my body wouldn't let me. I stood there, rooted to the spot, taking everything Shoba said in spite of myself. We weren't born, we were grown. We're clones, artificial humans made in a lab. Clones? Are you shitting me?
That's all we've ever been. Our memories from before we got here are all fake. They're just fictional scenarios implanted in our brains to give us the illusion of having lived real life.
Why, though? Like, if that was the case, if that was true, they could have done a lot better job to make us obedient. I don't understand. Why would they do that? All of it was for humanity's sake. We were made this way to be humanity's protectors. That also includes our hemoanima. But isn't hemoanima supposed to be something only people from this planet are born with? That's right. The reason we have it is because of the person whose genes we were used to create us. That person is Yushion. You're our daddy. Me? Whoa, time out. I can't keep with all these twists. Burke, save here. We were created using Shion's DNA so we could inherit the power of his incredible cryptoglobin. That's where our hemoanima really comes from.
I overheard all of this from the researchers at the hospital. We didn't have hemoanima transfused into us. It's been an
Well, that means
from the very
we weren't an alien when we had a kid with Ava. We're really a Futuran, kind of. All that was left was to give us the proper motivation to protect mankind, so we were given false memories. And then we were sent here to Futurum. So the reasons we've been so desperate to win this war, and the people we've been fighting for, none of them are real. To sum things up, Cryptoglobin is a gift from the planet given only to his greatest heroes. The Futuran commanders can only be defeated by other Cryptoglobin users, so the Earth authorities decided to make some of their own. After kidnapping Shion, they used his DNA to create soldiers with the same power, and gave them memories that would make them want to save humanity at any cost. Well, shit, if that is true, the residential complex might not even be real. Like, the whole thing could be a farce. That's what we really are? Yeah, we're like characters in a battle manga or a video game. We exist purely to fight our past, our friends, our families. They're just additional pieces of fiction devised to further that end. I get it. Come to think of it, when I was on the other side, some of the commanders said something I didn't quite understand. They seemed annoyed that I could take damage from conventional attacks. Almost like my Cryptoglobin should have prevented it. If we're clones, just copies of a real Cryptoglobin user, then generation loss might account for why our powers aren't as potent as theirs.
Wait a minute.
Oh, I finally found my voice crying out. It was hard to string a coherent sentence. It was hard to string together a coherent sentence. My whole body was shaking.
Just hold on, okay? We shouldn't just accept this as true right away, you know? If it were true, that would mean it was all a lie. My peaceful, mundane, average life. The town I grew up in, all the things I did there, the people I met, even Karuwa. None of that was real? You can't just fake an entire person's life. We would have noticed something was wrong, wouldn't we? It has to be real.
Yeah, all my brothers and sisters, they can't just be made up. My ideal target, too, even the feelings that made me want to kill her in the first place. There ain't no way all this only exists in our heads. Yeah, it's just impossible. I wouldn't be so sure about that. If we accept what Shoma is saying is true, it would help explain a few things. It would. Oh god, like why you're defective? You said this story would help explain some things. What did you mean by that? Oh, I bet you're just dying to know, aren't you? Yes, hurry and tell us. Oh. I was just thinking, some of C-Ray's behavior makes a lot more sense now. Like how he was so obstinate about being unable to contact the artificial satellite, for example. Because if we did make contact, we'd realize everyone we knew didn't really exist. Exactly. But we'd have figured that out anyway once we got back to the satellite. Sure, but by then we'd already have won the war and wiped out every last Futuran on the planet. So essentially, no one cares about our feelings or how much the truth would hurt us as long as we get the job done. No way! My parents, my family, I refuse to believe they're nothing but a lie. Me too, you're gonna make me cry! It's all a lie. Ottawa isn't real? She only exists in my memories, but we know she remembered. There's no way. If she's not real, then what am I doing here? What's it all been for? We don't know for sure if any of this is true. There's no evidence or anything. Sorry to burst your bubble, but I might know something that supports it too. What? The last few days, I've been holed up in the war room, going through the data and documents on the central computer. I figured since C-Ray wasn't here to stop me, this was my chance to check out anything he wouldn't want me to see. While I was doing that, I noticed something that seemed odd. What was it? Our DNA records, the same ones that the Revive-O-Matic uses to bring us back when we die. I used the equipment in the biolab to run a detailed analysis on it and, well, honestly, I thought it must be some kind of mistake until now. What? What did you find out? Oh god, we're all related. We're all related! Our genetic code is remarkably similar. I could buy maybe 2 or 3 complete strangers having these many commonalities, but 14 is too much of a coincidence. Huh? I kept quiet about it since it didn't seem relevant, but now it's all falling into place. If we're all clones of the same person, then of course our genes would be similar. We're basically all related. So, Shion's our father and we're all siblings? We're siblings? Yes, exactly. Shion's genetic material was the starting point for each and every one of us. If we were to compare our DNA against his, the similarities would be even clearer. I'm your... I know it's hard to believe, but this is the truth. I don't believe it. I vehemently don't believe this. That part I can believe.
Created to fight humanity's war for them. Our lives in the Tokyo residential complex and the people we hold dear are all false memories. They were implanted into us to give us the motivation we needed to fight.
Okay, but that can't be true because I know for a fact that it didn't work. You had to be talked into it.
Just character backstories in the giant work of fiction that is our life. In reality, we were in the machines that grew us the whole time. When we finally came out of them, we woke up here, in this classroom. In a way, that's when we were really born. That's when we came into the real world for the very first time.
Unless this is going back to one of my initial comments where there is not a true canon, and this could only be true for this route, maybe, which would be much better than the alternative, I guess. I don't know.
And almost right away, we started fighting the invaders. That's the only thing we were ever meant to do. That's it. That's the terrible truth that I remember.
Oh, boo-hoo, she was my
I
wife.
sacrificed Ava for.
This is the truth? No way. There's something so crazy could be true. Is there? We're not even human, but we're not exactly Futurans either. I guess they're more like tools or weapons. Or monsters, creatures created from Shion's DNA to destroy and nothing else. Damn it, this is so fucked up. My head feels like it's gonna crack open. Kinda makes you want to give up on life, except we don't even have the option of dying. It's too much. In that case, there's only one person here who's an actual human. The one who wasn't originally intended to be part of this mission. You know, Zombie. Living weapons made from stolen DNA to defeat Futurum's cryptic Loban-wielding defenders. Able to die in battle and come right back to fight again and again. Renewable, but also totally disposable. That's what we really are.
Is my fault.
Bro, you are literally a baby.
All of this happened because of me.
Incorrect.
If I hadn't been born with this power,
That makes it not your fault.
you would have had to suffer like this.
None of them would have been born.
It's all my fault.
That is not true. That is stupid. Shion's words of anguish echoed in my head, but I couldn't say a word. What could I even say it? You could tell him that's fucking stupid, because that's not true. One part of my mind was still desperately going over everything I'd learned. There had to be some contradiction in there. Something to disprove this insane story. There is. That's why I was thinking about my days in a biblical context. Those peaceful days, still so vivid in my mind. I replayed those memories in my head over and over again. Fixated on every last detail, trying to reassure myself that those events were real. Trying to reassure myself that I was real. We do a story watch Gaio. I fell sank deeper and deeper into those recollections until everything else seemed to fade away. And to think, you could have a wife and child right now if you had just let Shoma die. What was real and what was a dream? I didn't want to know anymore. I shut my eyes tight and tried not to think about it. I didn't want to think about anything anymore. I just wanted it all to go away.
Karuwa, it's fine.
No, I can't just leave. Besides,
You don't have to do all that. Won't you catch our cold?
I'm just fine. I'm confident.
Your confidence is based.
Taki, your mom, I want to repay her.
I don't want to see this.
Mom busy with her research again?
Yeah, she's been staying at.
I see.
More importantly,
Stop. I don't want these memories anymore. They're not real anymore. Please just stop. Let me just disappear. Day funny number. I wanted to escape from reality, but my dreams didn't offer any relief. I cleared my mind and embraced a sense of nothingness, letting myself go completely numb. What would happen if the enemy decided to attack now? Why should I care about any of that? Live or die, it's all the same to me. I don't have the energy to fight against it anymore. I'd prefer to just disappear, to sink into infinite darkness and never come back up again. We're not in a route now, are we? Platter.
Siri. This is all far too cruel. How could you do this? How could you keep something that important from them? It's too much. They deserve better than this. It hurts to think that it was humanity. That it was people like me who did this.
No, you're a victim too.
Siri, I have a request. It's not much, but there's still one thing I don't understand. Before this war is over, I want answers. So, I need you to wake up, Siri.
Was he just faking it? Alright, well, the thick has gotten very plot, if I do say so myself. So, we'll have to stop here, citizens. I don't believe it. Do you believe it? Who knows? Until next time, this is going to have to be farewell.